Now, our third and final guest on the show is a man called Tom Besford, who works at English Folk Expo. And he's joining us on the show tonight to tell us all about the mentoring programme that they're offering right now. And some other things that they're up to as well. Hello, Tom.
Hi, Emily. Hi, how are you?
Good, thank you. How has your Saturday been?
Yeah, it's been lovely, actually. We've had glorious sunshine over here in Lancashire. It's been absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I'm quite jealous, actually, that the sun has come out on the only day that I actually have to be in the office. Quite disappointing, but oh well.
No.
I want to hear a little bit more about English Folk Expo. For those that haven't heard of it before, what does English Folk Expo do?
So we're a company that supports the folk, roots and acoustic music industry. And we do that through all kinds of things. Probably for any listeners, they might well have heard about some of our events, such as the Manchester Folk Festival and various other gigs that we put on across Greater Manchester and the North West. But we also do a lot of work with artists, especially emerging artists, around preparing yourself for a career as a musician, understanding how you build your team, understanding how the music landscape works. And we also do quite a bit of work around helping those musicians get ready to export overseas, to play in new markets and things like that. So basically anything that we can that will help folk music, roots music, acoustic music, get a bigger profile, grow the audience, support the artists, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I was having a little look at your website today, and you do offer a lot for new artists, including showcasing, artist mentoring, industry training, international partnerships and audience development. Obviously, a lot of these things will have had to change due to the current climate. What and how have you kind of had to change these things?
Well, the first thing that's obviously happened is that all of our events have had to be rescheduled. But we've created a load of online initiatives in the immediate term. So the first thing that we did was we created a little page on our website called Lockdown Live that collated artist live streams, and then we put a bit of money into boosted posts so that we can try and cross-pollinate those audiences. So you might come across our website looking to see Kate Rusby play live, and you might discover some of the great artists and start following their page and like them. And then we also did a similar thing where we worked with loads of professional musicians who had lost all their gigs and have started doing a lot more teaching. And we found out who some of those musicians were, put their details on our page, and we've tried to drive that a little bit to try and replace some of that lost income through teaching. And then another little thing that we've pulled together is a little video series called Folk Talk, where we're talking to people in the industry, musicians, just about how they do things, from how they designed environmentally friendly CD cases from Jackie Oates. And we had a fantastic Manchester-based singer-songwriter called Matt Hill talking really openly about how he looks after his mental health as a professional musician. So we've created a few initiatives like that, and then we're working on a few more sort of longer-term ones. Today I've been doing a little bit of work with O'Hooley and Tiddo, who are the fantastic duo that did all the music for that BBC programme Gentleman Jack, and they're going to be part of a pilot programme that we're taking part of with a load of international export organisations to try and link up musicians overseas. So if you check out their social media over the coming days, you'll see some announcements from them around that. So really a kind of mix of things that we can do just to kind of keep the profile up there and try and support those artists, directing them to funding opportunities, just finding ways that we can make sure that there is industry left as and when we reach the end of this current crisis.
It sounds like you've done loads of things to kind of keep the English Folk Expo kind of, like you say, helping people, and the folk talk videos as well. I checked a couple of those out earlier, and a lot of the topics that you're covering, they're really interesting and quite unique topics that not enough people, I think, don't really cover. So if you get a chance over this weekend, definitely check out the folk talk videos. Now, we've got you on to talk about the mentoring programme. Obviously, applications are open now. Can you tell us a bit about the mentoring programme and what people can expect from it?
Yeah, well, we were working for a little while doing a showcase, and we worked with a lot of international festival bookers and venue bookers who would say, we'd love to book more folk musicians or acoustic musicians, but we just don't think that they're export ready. And that's a strange term in and of itself. So we decided that we'd create a programme that would work towards preparing emerging musicians to become export ready, to understand how to tour properly. And a lot of that is equipping those musicians with the skills and knowledge and networks to kind of work professionally and full-time in the industry. So the way it works is that we've teamed up with a lot of amazing partners, and the Americana Music Association, the FAC, Focus Wales, Cambridge Folk Festival. And what we do is over the course of a year, we have a small group of artists. I think we're going to be looking for 4 this time round. And what they'll be doing is basically working with us to do a lot of training and learning about how licensing works and all that kind of stuff. And then in January, they'll go to London to the Americana Music Association conference, and they'll start building their networks and meeting the industry, and seeing how that kind of side of the music industry is set up. And then throughout the year, they'll do showcases at Focus Wales. They'll do a performance, a gig at Cambridge Folk Festival, where the fantastic Nancy Kerr will be watching their live set and giving them some feedback about stagecraft. And then they'll finally do a gig at Manchester Folk Festival in October as part of the English Folk Expo showcase. And they'll also have things like a trade fair along that. And along the way, we'll also link them up with a mentor who's going to be an industry professional that they will speak to on a regular basis, just to keep them in touch with things, to make sure that they are progressing their career, and they'll help them develop a little bit of a business plan, a kind of next steps for how they're going to progress over the next 3 years and what success looks like to them, that kind of thing. So hopefully it's going to be a really good opportunity for any artists of any age, of any background, who play folk, roots or acoustic music, to look at how you carve out a professional and sustainable career as a musician.
And if people are listening now and they're wanting to apply, what is it you're kind of looking for at the minute when people are applying?
It's really a really simple application form, actually. It's really open. And what we're looking for is primarily quality, really awesome, fantastic musical quality. So there's an application form on our website. It's really simple. It asks some very basic questions like, how's your career been to date? And send us links to your social media. And do you already have any kind of team in place? Just basic things. And then what we're really looking for is some links that you're putting in there of live performance, so that we can see and try and get a handle and an understanding on how amazing your music is. And then the selection will work by all the partners will come together virtually, and we'll all listen to all the music and work our way through. And actually last year when we did it, I discovered so many incredible musicians off the back of that. It was just a great way to put your music in front of festival bookers and showcase organisers, to the point where we booked some people in Manchester who weren't able to make it onto the course, but we thought the music was so fantastic we still wanted to give them a showcase up last October.
It sounds like a great opportunity. Where do people need to go to apply?
If you have a look on our website, which is englishfolkexpo.com, and there's a section on there for artists, so you can just click Artist Mentoring and follow the way through, or it's on our news page as well. There's all kinds of links on there.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining me on the show, Tom. I hope it all goes well, and we'll have to chat to you again soon when you've got all the mentoring out of the way.
That would be great. Thanks very much, Emily.
Amazing. Thank you so much. That was Tom Besford from the English Folk Expo, talking to us about their mentoring programme that they're offering folk artists right now. Definitely sounds like a worthwhile thing applying for. Even if you don't necessarily get on the mentoring programme, like he said, you know, it's a good opportunity to get your music heard by all of the big dogs in the English Folk Expo community.